Where is Mr. Gray?
Mr. Gray is here.
You got a long way to go on your license too, don't you?
Yes.
Why is it that almost every sovereign citizen seems to film themselves through a camera filter that looks like it's been coated in grease? Anyway, welcome back, everyone. In today's video, we return once again to Judge Perkins' courtroom, where he patiently, but firmly, explains why the court absolutely does have jurisdiction over a deeply confused sovereign citizen. Let's get into it.
William Glenn on behalf of Mr. Gray, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Gray, are you trying to get a driver's license?
Your Honor, I'm here by special appearance.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. Go ahead.
I don't understand the nature of the case that's here in front of me. I don't understand.
So you don't understand the nature of the case that's here in front of you. You don't understand that you got to have a driver's license to operate a motor vehicle on the roads of the state of Michigan. You don't understand any of that stuff.
Your Honor, I don't understand the jurisdiction. I don't understand how I wound up here.
Maybe I can help you understand where you're standing right now. At some point, you inhaled a little too much lead with your breakfast cereal and decided you didn't need a driver's license to operate a vehicle, because some random clown on the internet told you so. Since then, you've memorized a few fancy words like jurisdiction and understand, and now you're convinced you're a legal mastermind about to dismantle the justice system. Spoiler alert, this has been tried countless times before. If you don't hire a lawyer, you're just another rerun in the court's greatest hits playlist.
You know, I got a similar case, and this gentleman provided me with a motion the other day, and I'm reading the motion, and I'm reading the case law that he says is supporting the fact that the court doesn't have jurisdiction, that the state can't make you have a driver's license and things like that. And when you read the case law that he gives me, and it's probably going to be, if you did your own motion, it'd probably be the same case law that you would try to cite, exactly the opposite of what he is trying to purport.
Okay, so what is the jurisdiction of the court, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
What is the jurisdiction of the court, Your Honor?
You know, if you're saying that the court doesn't have jurisdiction, are you trying to say basic? Let's just talk a little real simple, basic stuff. Are you trying to say that you can just run red lights, you can just speed, you can just do what you want to do on the roads without any repercussions at all?
Your Honor, is this a court of record? I'm sorry, is this a court of record?
Yes, it's a court of record, and it's permanently documenting every ridiculous thing you say.
Is this a court of record?
As far as I checked, it was, Mr. Glenn.
Yes, it is, sir.
Okay, so you guys follow a common law.
We follow the state. We follow the statute of the state. We follow the statute of the state of Michigan.
You follow a common law, Your Honor.
The 14th Amendment gives the state the right to enforce the police powers of the state. The right of that is to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens. Part of that constitutional right says that the state has the authority to regulate the people that are driving on the roads of the state of Michigan, and to say that to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens.
The Sixth Amendment allows me to know the nature of what I'm being charged with. And that's
I'm gonna tell you. SP 1267-8653, failure to display a valid operator's license. Punishment.
Your Honor, I'm challenging the jurisdiction. I'm challenging.
Go ahead.
I'm challenging his jurisdiction, Your Honor. I don't understand the nature of the charges.
Challenging jurisdiction has absolutely nothing to do with understanding your charges. You're also misquoting the Sixth Amendment, which guarantees that defendants are informed of the nature of the charges. Understanding them? That's what lawyers are for.
And for the record, Your Honor, please have the prosecutor put jurisdiction on the record for, if you could, Your Honor. Just let me know so that since we're in court of record.
Well, if I have a signed complaint here, which I have a signed complaint, then that automatically puts the jurisdiction on the record.
All right, I didn't get a copy of that, and if you have a copy, I'm going to need that to be signed under penalty of perjury, Your Honor. If it's an accusation against you. And yeah, I would just, if one of the things I request is, if I can just get that accusation, with sworn penalty of perjury, that would be great. That's it.
He got it. We'll give it to him again.
I appreciate it.
We're gonna give it to him again. And don't get me wrong. I respect the fact that you that you want to fight this, and I just ask you that basic question. You don't think that the police or that the state or that the ordinances have a right to stop people from speeding and running traffic stops? Because basically, with your logic that you're trying to purport, then nobody can get stopped for anything.
Your Honor, no one was hurt. There is no injured party, Your Honor. And so upon my look of the law, and this is a court of record, and no one was hurt. And so we're following the common law. I understand that a lot of people don't understand how to function here, but since I do, well, then I want to exercise this right.
Take it easy there, Mary Payson. I know you think you've cracked the legal code, but you clearly haven't. Otherwise, you wouldn't be claiming a constitutional right to drive, a right that doesn't exist in any state constitution, let alone the U.S. Constitution.
Can I file my pleadings with your clerk?
Pardon me?
Can I file my pleadings with your clerk of court? Your clerk of court.
You gotta file the pleadings as the court rules say you're supposed to file the pleadings. Now, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it like the court rules say. And you gotta go, the court rules are all online on how you file the pleadings.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You gotta serve one to the city attorney. You can serve the other one on the court through my clerk and the email address that she's gonna send you when she sends you those tickets. But if we're gonna play ball, sir, you're gonna have to know the rules of the game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Because you're gonna give me your motion. You're gonna give me your motion on how the court has no jurisdiction over you. You're gonna give me your motion on how how all of this stuff, right? And have that in by the end of the day on April.
Your Honor, what I don't think that is my job to prove jurisdiction.
It is your job. It is your job.
It's the assertor's job to prove that whoever's asserting the claim, it's their job, Your Honor.
No, it's your job, sir. You're saying that the court has no jurisdiction over you.
No. What I'm saying is that the court has to prove jurisdiction. That's what I'm saying. That's different. So, and what I'm saying is that the court needs to prove jurisdiction. Whoever asserted the claim has to prove the jurisdiction.
The judge has already told you there's a signed complaint sitting right in front of him. Under Michigan Court Rule 6.001, the district court absolutely has jurisdiction over misdemeanor cases like yours. So now the burden is on you to prove the court doesn't have jurisdiction, since that's the claim you keep making.
Mr. Goss, are you on the line?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So he's going to say that you have to prove jurisdiction.
And the jurisdiction is codified in the state of Michigan. So if he's arguing otherwise, that's his beliefs. And at trial, I will be stating the facts of the complaint. And, it's his assertions does not mean that they're correct, Your Honor.
Right.
Do I have the right to know the charges that are waged against me?
The judge already gave you the charges.
The charges that are waged against you. This is arraignment. Let's go through that right now. Let's go through that right now so we don't get this, so we don't hear this issue.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll do that right now.
For the sake of time, here's what he's actually charged with. 2 counts of driving while license suspended, 1 count of driving with an improper license, no insurance, an improper turn signal, defective brake lights, no plates on the trailer, and being a complete menace in public. Okay, I may have added that last one.
Mr. Glenn, can you put your appearance on the record now, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. William Glenn, House Counsel on behalf of Mr. Gray, or standby attorney on behalf of Mr. Gray.
All right. What about the warrant, sir? What are we gonna do with that?
Fine, Your Honor. Any of the
Your Honor, we
tickets
would
fine?
ask that the court set aside the warrants.
All right. The court will set aside the warrants. The court will enter a not guilty plea on his behalf, and the court will issue a $0 personal.
Your Honor, I object. Your Honor, I object.
What exactly are you objecting to, the $0 bond or the not guilty plea? You might be one of the most generous brain donors I've ever featured on this channel. Thankfully, the lawyer he doesn't want is actually present to save him from himself.
For what?
I don't have enough information to enter a plea. And that's one of my abilities is for me to know and me to understand and be able to make an informed plea. And I need more information.
Your Honor.
Plea for me, and I don't understand. So right now, I object, Your Honor.
My client stands mute to the charges. That means he doesn't say guilty or not guilty.
All right. Well,
And I'll plead innocent. Then I'll plead innocent.
Dude, you are completely outmatched here. Take the lawyer. Seriously. Alright, guys, that's the end of today's video. This case eventually turned into an in-person jury trial, and unfortunately most courts only live stream their Zoom hearings. But let's be honest, we all know how this ended, and we'll probably see him back again. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Either way, drop a comment below and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss future content.